Good morning, everyone. So this morning we're going to start with a blanket um, under our shoulder blades. So we're going to lay down on our backs with the blanket roll, right? Or towel. Towel works great. Underneath the shoulder blades or just at the bottom of the shoulder blades. When you do this, just make sure that your head isn't like over dropping. And if it's uncomfortable, just switch, just move this blanket or make it smaller if it feels really yucky to you. Um, and ideally, your blanket or your towel is below your armpits so that your arms are free to come out to the side. Your head, neck feel really comfortable. There should be a nice long back of your neck. And maybe you start with your feet on the floor, just so you can kind of check out where your spine is this morning. If this is too much this early in class, just either take it out or make it much smaller so there's not quite the arch in your spine. Oh, and then take a nice deep breath and let it go. And start to notice how this feels. Maybe you even lift your hips and really lengthen the tailbone so that the lower back is less arched. And if you feel okay here, you feel comfortable, go ahead and straighten your legs. And start to take some nice deep breaths in. And as you exhale, maybe you press into the blanket just a little bit, no big pressure here. But as you take that deep inhale, feel how the blanket helps you really expand the lungs, right? So that you get this nice full feeling in the lungs, maybe all the way down to the bottoms of the lungs. Exhaling it all out. Let the legs be comfortable. If your legs are straight, don't hold them tight or anything. Just let them be soft. The eyes are closed. And you're just checking out how this feels in your body. Start to relax your jaw. So there's a lot of emphasis in the yoga world and in my personal practice about posture, right? And about trying to reduce or reverse the rounding in the upper back so that we don't become more and more hunched over as we get older. And this is a wonderful way to start. It is a nice chest opener, heart opener. It teaches the back muscles to draw in. It teaches the thoracic spine to lengthen out as opposed to round. And it gives the shoulders permission to drop back into place without squeezing the back muscles. Couple more deep breaths right here. And then bend the knees if your legs are straight. Make sure your lower back is not overarching. Take your hands behind your head. So don't pull your head up or your chin down to your chest. I just want you to lift up away from the floor. You're looking toward the ceiling. Your elbows are mostly out to the side, and you're starting to engage that little belly of yours, right? And then exhale and let it come all the way down to the floor. Good. And then reach straight up. Don't pull on the head. Try not to tuck that chin. And exhale, let it go. Good. Three more right here. Squeeze it in. Your head is fully supported with your hands. Exhale, let go. Good. Two more. Reach up and breathe. and down. Last one here. Hold this time. I want you to keep one hand behind your head and take your other hand to your knee. So you're squeezing in to that one side a little bit more. I'm still not tucking my chin, but my head is certainly heading more toward the knees than it was before. Good. Really squeeze that in and then bring that hand behind your head and switch sides. So reach for the opposite knee. Woo, good. Big deep breath. Feel the belly working. Switch sides, holding this little crunch, keeping the belly toned in. Breathe. Good. Last one. Switch. And release all the way down. Maybe turn the head a little bit side to side to stretch it out. Good. And then bring the head up one more time. The hands are supporting your head. I like to have my thumbs kind of down the neck a little bit. It just feels even more supportive. Bend the knees and take the feet off the floor so that you are 90 degrees with your legs. Yep. And just hold it here. You're scrunching towards center. So you're not moving your knees closer to your chest. You're trying to move your chest closer to your knees. You should feel this one pretty strongly. And then feet to the floor, head to the floor. Relax your head, your neck, your jaw. Let's do two more of those. So first, lift your head. Find a comfortable spot. Take the legs to 90 degrees. And then imagine somebody's pulling your chest toward those knees so that you have to crunch a whole bunch more, even if you just move a millimeter. Breathe and release. Ah. When you release, let those elbows come down toward the floor, right? Just relax or pull open that front chest, front body. All right, let's do this last one, right? Let's not delay the inevitable. So the knees are at 90. Whew, I'm squeezing, seeing if I can get just a little bit closer to the knees. Nice and supported with that blanket. Whew. Yep, keep squeezing, and release it and let go. And then turn on to one side. Keep the blanket where it is, bend the legs or bend the knees, and use your arm for a pillow, your bottom arm for a pillow, so that your ribs are pressing against the side of your blanket or your towel. And take the top arm up and overhead and just breathe. And then release the arm back down to your hip. Good. Just two more here. Reach up, reach it over, and then up. Take it back down. Good. Last one here. Reach up, reach it over, and up and back down. Good. Either just turn on to your, well, you just turn on to your back and turn over to the other side. I was going to say flip over, but that doesn't make any sense. Your knees are bent, so you're nice and supported. Take the top arm, reach it up, reach it overhead. And then release all the way down. And up, stretch it overhead and up. Take it down. Good. Last one here. Reach up, reach it over, reach it up, and take it down. Good. And then final little one here. I want you to roll onto your bellies. Blanket is still in place, but it is below the breast line. So it's sitting at those lower ribs, right? Really kind of mid to lower ribs, not all the way down by the belly button. You should be able to feel it on your ribs. Your elbows are soft, your shoulders are soft, and you're just kind of checking it out. Press through your pubic bone, lengthen your legs. Good. And then lower your head down to your hand. So I've stacked one hand on top of the other, and I'm resting my forehead on the back of my top hand. Elbows are out to the side. I want you to press your pubic bone into the floor and then lift up right here. So your head and your hands stay attached as if you just super glued them, and lower down. Good. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. Good. 3 more. Inhale as you lift. Exhale, lower. And 2 more. Lift up, hold, breathe, press down through those hips and lower. Good. Last one. Lift up, hold right here. If you can, I want you to release the hands and stretch them back behind you. Modified here, right? Locust pose. Little back bend already in our practice, but we have a training wheel. We have that blanket underneath our ribs just to give us a little bit of assistance. Good. Take those hands down to the floor. The hands are right in front of your blanket. And then press up to table pose. Ooh. Yeah. Good. And then just shake out those ribs. Maybe do some rib circles here. Your hands are right in front of the blanket. You don't have to have it there, but we're going to use it in a minute. So circle the ribs and then circle the other way. Stretch those legs out. Stretch those ribs out. Good. And then come to a nice neutral spine. Feel the blanket at the back of your wrists. Plant your hands, flip your toes under, come to downward facing dog so that the hands or the wrists rest just ever so gently on your blanket. Pedal out your feet. Spread the fingers, maybe claw the tips of the fingers toward the mat. That's it. And then inhale to your tippy toes. Exhale, lower down to your knees. And breathe. Tone the belly in. Flip your toes under. Lift the knees an inch or two. Right? Breathe. This is optional, by the way. Keep pulling that belly in. I can feel mine wanting to drop to the floor. And then lift your right foot off the floor. Big deep breath. Right shoulder strength, upper body strength. Lower that foot, lift your other foot, squeeze the heck out of your belly. Lower that foot, press back to downward facing dog. That blanket is resting at the back of your wrists. Find your breath. Good. Tippy toes down to your knees. And then come off of those hands and shake them out. So last class, Sunday, we worked on upper body. We're going to stay here for another class. Just shake it out a little bit, right? Always take that break off the wrists if you need to. Don't ever hesitate there. All right, blanket is still in place. Hands go directly in front of it. Press into your fingers. Squeeze and tone your belly. Flip your toes under, lift your knees. Good. Breathe, everybody. If it's too much, come on down. You know. Good. Optionally, lift your right foot. Lower it down. Lift your left foot. Lower it down. Here's where it gets harder. See if you can lift your right hand. Lower it. See if you can lift your left hand and lower it. One more. All 4. Lift your right foot. Try not to move your body. Lower. Lift your left foot. Lower, lift your right hand. Lower, lift your left hand. And lower, downward facing dog. So this next one, just a little tricky maybe. You've got that blanket or that towel in place. I want you to walk your right hand back, push in, and walk your left hand back. So you're in a super short down dog. Maybe you have to bend your knees a lot to make that happen. Squeeze your belly. So 1, you're here. 2, you're going to look at your blanket. You're going to walk your right hand forward and your left hand forward. So you're just stepping over your blanket with your hands. So this time, do your left hand first and your right hand. Breathe. And then step forward with your left hand. Step forward with your right hand. Hang in there. We're only going to do 1 more. Step back with your right hand. Step back with your left hand. Back or forward depends on your perspective. Step forward, right hand and left. Breathe. Good. This time, step back with your left hand and your right, and then keep on going until your hands come to your feet. Bend your knees, hands to knees, and come on up. Oh. Woo! Shake it out, shake it out. Good. Set your blanket aside. You're going to need your strap, so just get it nearby. So, as always, I'm doing reading and stuff like that. Roll out your shoulders. And the keys to longevity, health is weight bearing exercise. So we just add as much of that into our yoga practice as we can. Good. Take your feet just a bit wider. Bend your knees just a little bit. Don't go into a deep squat. And take your right hand and lift it up to the ceiling and back down. Good. And reach it up, same side and down. Your palm is face forward. Good. Reach up and down. You're going to feel your range of motion here. Out and down. One more. Lift it up and back down. Good. Other side. Left hand reaches back and take it down. Take it up and down. Good. And reach up and down. Last one here. Reach it up and down. Good. If you're feeling good in your squat, stay. If you're feeling really good, maybe you lower down a little bit. Your hands are to your thighs. Your knees are pressing out. Take the right arm out to the side, turn the palm and reach it up. Good. Take it out and back down. Same side, 3 more. Reach out and up, down, all the way. Good. Out to the side, reach up to your ear. And down, no pain, right? We know this. So if it's too much, if that range of motion is too much, don't do it. Release, other side, reach out, turn the palm up and reach up. Good. 3 more. Take it out. You're just rotating that arm as you bring it up. And 2 more. And down. Good. Last one. Reach up and down. Both hands are to the front of your thighs. Reach them both up. Exhale, elbows down to your sides. Good. Inhale, stand it up. Exhale, squeeze it down. Good. Take it up. Let's get those legs warm, everyone. And down and up. Take it down. 2 more right here. Reach up. Exhale, take it down. Last one, reach up. Exhale, take it down. Listen up. Take those hands, relax them for a second. You're going to take a deep hinge from your hips. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see what the heck I'm talking about. Deep hinge from your hips. Behind goes back, chest goes forward. Your hands are on your shoulders, or sorry, on your thighs. And I want you to reach both arms forward. This is harder than it seems, right? Because you've got to sustain all of this weight out in front of you and then put the hands back at your thighs. Good. 3 more. Reach out, hold if you can. Breathe and back. It's almost as if you were getting ready to dive off a diving board. Here we go. Reach out and back. You should be looking at the floor. Don't lift your head. Last one. Reach out and back and stand up, everybody. Ooh, good. Shake it out. Shake it out. Shake, shake, shake. Grab your strap. All right. So if your strap is in a loop, just double it so that you have that half of a loop again. Okay. If your strap is super long, you might have to go further. I don't know how wide that is, but half of a loop. 4 feet. No, it's not 4 feet. So half a loop, whatever that is for you. And then come into just slightly wider than hips width apart with your feet. You can take your hands to the insides of your loop and then inhale, reach up. As you exhale, I want you to bring the elbows to your sides, really tuck down, and then stretch those hands to the floor. Squeeze your belly, bring the strap back in, press all the way up. Good, down. Take the hands to the floor. Squeeze the elbows back to your side body and press up. 3 more right here, down to the floor Back up to your chest. Push up. Good. 2 more. Down to the floor. Back up to your chest and push. Last one. Down to the floor. Back up to your chest. Push up all the way up. This time I want you to hold. So my hands are pressing against the strap. I am working my outer arms right up into the back, upper shoulders. Big deep breath, nice squeeze here. Now fire up your legs, fire up your glutes. Take the strap over to your right. Oh, inhale, center. Take it to the left. Keep some nice pressure on this. Inhale, center, go to the right. Inhale, center, go to the left. Oh, yeah. Last one. Go to the right and go to the left. Take it center. Take it straight out in front of you so it's level with your chest. Pull the shoulders back. Press against that strap and lower down. Oh, yeah. Good. Hold on to one end of that loop. Take it behind you. We did this on Sunday if you were here. Right? We've got to think about the back shoulder and back deltoid muscles as well. My palms are face out. My legs are pretty much hips width apart and press straight back. And notice when you press straight back, right? Where do the shoulders go? Where does the head go? Even more importantly, right? Did your head reach forward? Did you do something funky? But don't lock out your knees either. Keep the knees soft even as you reach back and then release. Good. Let's press it out. This time we pulse 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And release it. Wow. That's really something, right? And then last one here, let go of your double loop. And I want you to step on the loop with one foot. This is going to seem a little bit weird, but you'll just have to live with me here or deal with me here. So, right, all I want you to do is think about a bicep curl, right? This is your bicep. Normally, you'd have a weight in your hands and you would curl it up to your shoulder. I want you to do an isometric move here. So I want you to pull on the strap, engage the bicep muscle, and breathe. There should be no pain here. I just want you to pull up against the strap. And how hard you pull up is up to you. You could pull really hard, work the bicep a little bit more. You could go a little bit easier, right? Just to check it out. Good. Keep breathing, keep breathing, keep breathing. And let go. Good. Do it again. Press up. Really resist. You want that foot off the floor, but you're not going to let that happen. So you're going to pull, pull, pull. And release. Good. Switch sides. Just go to your left foot. Hold it with your right hand. Keep your elbow tight at your side body and pull up. Da, 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 right? You're just checking it out. You're just giving that, giving a little wake up call to the bicep muscle. How's it feel, right? Can you start to feel that? Where do you feel it? Good. Release. If you're feeling elbow pain, right? Elbow stuff, don't pull as hard. Breathe, breathe, breathe. That's it. Good. Release. Take it back to your other foot. It's in your hand again. Solid, strong pose. Pull up and then let your leg come up with it. So you're curling in more. You're getting a little more bicep curl, but now you got to fuss with your balance at the same time. Push down with your strap. Push up with your hand. Find your breath and release. Go to the other side. See a little sneaky balance work in there. First mountain pose. First pull on the strap. Get nice tension. And then pull it in. And breathe. Find your balance. Tone that little belly. That's it. Keep pushing down with the foot as you pull up with the hand. And release. Nice job, everybody. And then you should have either a nice big wide loop or you've just got a long strap. Take your feet nice and wide on your mat. Bend your knees. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, take it behind you. If you take that behind and the loop's not big enough, then make your strap longer, okay? You can take the loop out completely. Take it up and down, up, squeeze it back and down, reach it up and over. And last one, bring it down, take it up, hold it in front of your chest and twist everything to the right. Keep some tension on the strap. Take it center, go left. Adding these twists, good, center, go right. Keep the knees from following, keep them out to the sides. And left, and out to the side, and just pull it apart. Pull that strap apart. Whoo! Watch the head, watch the neck, and release it, and roll it out. Nice job, everybody. All right, let's set that strap aside. Get both of your blocks to the front of your mat. Roll your shoulders. Maybe roll out that neck a little bit. Inhale, reach up. Exhale all the way down. Soften your knees, step back right leg. Check your stance, make sure your stance is wide enough. And then lower your right knee to the floor. Take your blocks underneath your hand. Roll your shoulders back. Nice simple lunge here. No big deal. Just breathe, just stretch it out. And then bring both hips back so that your front leg straightens. Flex your front foot and bend the knee. Good, straighten that front leg. Watch the standing knee. Make sure you're not having any distress there. And bend it. And last one, stretch it straight back. And bend it. Good. You're going to stay on this side. If you can, if you're comfortable, I want you to lift your right knee off the floor. If you're not comfortable with that, keep it down on the floor. No biggie, right? Good. Straighten your front leg. Whew. And bend it. When you bend it, lift your chest. Inhale and straighten. Exhale and bend it. Two more. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Last one. Inhale, straighten that leg. Exhale, bend. Whoo, yeah. And then lower your knee to the floor if you have not already. Switch sides. Bring your left knee back. Bring your right knee forward and come into a lunge. So you're just checking out, right? Both sides. We're getting the legs, hips a little bit more warmed up. We're going to build from this. Your hands are on your blocks. And your blocks can be high, medium, low, right? As long as you're not transitioning with your hands on blocks, you're perfectly fine. Take that the hips back, straighten your front leg. And then bend it. As you bend it, lift your chest. Good, and bring it back. And inhale as you lift. Exhale, squeeze it back, everybody. And bring it forward. Good, last one, bring it back. And forward. Pause here, optionally lift your knee. We're gonna do 4 more. Scissor the legs together, make sure your stance is wide enough, right? Side to side on your mat, and then straighten your front leg. And as you bend, look up. Exhale, straighten. And bend it, look up. Good, 2 more. Straighten the leg and bend. Last one. And bend it. Good, lower your knee. Release, bring your other leg back optionally, or switch sides because we are going to switch sides again, bringing your left foot forward, right foot back. So just shake out the wrist, take a moment, curl out your little fingers. And then when you're ready, you're going to take your left foot forward. Good. This time, keep your right hand on the block and take the left arm up. And stretch it out. And then reach the left arm back as if you could touch something in the wall behind you. And breathe. Just stretch, stretch, stretch. Squeeze your belly. Squeeze, squeeze your belly. and lift off your block. Take the other arm forward. So you're in a twist. Both arms are out to the sides. Big deep breath. Lower that hand to the block. Lift your left arm up and take it down. Nice job, everybody. Whew. Good. Simply switch sides. Sorry, Betty. Take your right leg forward, your left leg back, right? You're finding your breath. Leave your left hand on your block. Take your right arm up, come into a twist. And just feel that, right? Nice, sweet, easy little twist. And then take that hand back behind you as if someone had your fingertips and it's just kind of pulling you back. Now, transition by lifting that other hand off the block as well. And now you're in this big, big twist, right? Opening up shoulders, chest, belly. Release the left hand down. Release the right hand down. And you know what's coming, right? Switch sides. Take your time here. Left foot forward, right foot back. We're coming into that nice alignment. This time, your right knee is up or down. Now, we've played with this a little bit, but I kind of snuck it in the last couple classes. This time we're doing it on purpose. If your knee is up, you need a lot more core strength. So squeeze the legs towards each other, tone in through the low belly. Right hand stays on the block, left arm goes up. If your knee is down, we're doing what we did before, right? Take the top arm for everybody, reach it back behind you. Squeeze the legs together. If your knee is up or down, lift off your right hand. Woo, come into that big standing twist. Breathe. Takes a lot of work here. Good. Lower your right hand to the block. Take the left arm up. Circle it back down to your blocks. When you're ready, switch sides. Your right leg is forward. Your left leg is back. Your left knee is down on the floor or it's off the floor. Your choice here. Left hand stays on your block. Here we go. Lift the right arm forward, take it up to the ceiling. Feel the twist. It's a beautiful thing. Squeeze your thighs towards each other. Reach the arm behind. Watch the head neck. Make sure you're not doing something funky, right? Funky, not in a good way with that. Squeeze your belly. See if you can lift up and breathe. Yep, you got it. As you isometrically squeeze the legs together, they work a little bit harder to stay balanced. Good. Lower your left hand. Take the right arm up. Release it down. Whew. If your knee happens to be up, let it go. Take your right knee back and just come into child's pose or hero pose or some variation that makes sense for your legs. Find your breath. All that core movement, right? All of the movement in general to get us nice and strong. Roll it out. All right, so I don't want you to fall asleep. So let's come on back up, everybody. You should not need your blocks for now, but maybe have them nearby in case you decide you would like them. You're going to start in table pose. Now, for my wrist folks, right, you can go to soft fist really pretty easily here if you want to just take a break off of your hands, off of your wrists. From here, you're going to keep your left knee where it is, and you're going to straighten your right leg out to the end of your mat. We've done some variation or other of this many, many times. So when you look at this configuration, your front foot kind of heads down toward your long leg, your right leg, and you're pressing your pinky edge of your foot down. Once you have that, go ahead and kickstand your left knee out to the, or your left foot out to the side. Your left hand lines up with your shoulder and your left knee And when you're ready, you're taking your right hand to your hip. So the first thing to do is find balance. One of the challenges to just this pose is that the butt goes too far back and then the chest comes too far forward, and there's no way you're finding balance. Optionally, here you can take one hand to a block that gives you just a little bit more height, a little bit more. I find it a little more balancing. So play with that possibility. So here we are to start. Second choice is you're going to lift your back leg, your right leg, off the floor. Big squeeze of the low belly here. Make sure the chest is open and breathe. You got it. You got it. And finally, take the top arm up. Don't drop the head. Don't look up. Look straight ahead. Keep that head nice and neutral. Big deep breath. And then imagine somebody has your top fingertips and they're pulling them. They're pulling them up to the ceiling. Pull, pull, pull. And release it. Come on down. Shake it out, everybody. I know. We're going to build on this as well. So you decide where you at today. All right, you're back on your hands and your knees. Your right leg stays where it is. Your left leg reaches back. And I drop to the pinky side of my foot. So when I look, my front foot reaches back for my back foot a little bit, pretty straight line. And then I'm going to kickstand my right foot out a little bit. That just creates a nice wide base. Remember, your right hand can be on a block. Sometimes that can be a really nice option. Your right arm lines up with your shoulder, but forward. And then you're going to open up side body. Maybe your hand stays on your hip and you just hang out here and check it out. So make sure your behind isn't reaching too far back or your chest too much forward. When and if you're ready, you're going to lift the top leg. That's it. Just fire up the leg. Just fire up the leg, the hip, the glute, the belly. And only if you want, take the top arm up. Whew. And breathe. I love this pose. I call it a quarter moon. If you think of half moon pose, right? It's a very similar alignment. Big deep breath. And when you're ready, start to release. Come on out. Shake it out in whatever way makes sense. Maybe puppy stretch, maybe child's pose. Just shake, 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 shake. Big deep breath. You got it. All right, come on up. No resting, not a long rest. We need a like short rest through class just to catch our breath. And you know you can always stay longer if you would like to. All right, so for this one, you're going to come back where we were before. So your left knee is on the floor, your right leg goes long, your left hand is on a block or not, your choice, right? And we're going to take this in stages. So the first thing we do is kickstand out the left leg, right? The left foot. Line up the left hand, but forward of your shoulder. Turn to the side. When and if you're ready, you're going to lift the leg, right? Don't have to. You can keep that leg grounded, and it's still a really awesome weight bearing pose, right? Think about that hand, wrist, arm, shoulder, back working here. Now, your choice here is to bend your back leg, reach with your top arm, and come into a slight back bend here. So the chest moves forward, the thigh moves back. Whew. The belly, low belly stays toned here as you open up that body, that space. Feels so good. When you come out, I want you to come out the way you came in. Whew. And release it. Yep. Maybe release, maybe shake it out. When you're ready, you're going to turn yourself around and do the hokey pokey. You're on your knees, your left leg kicks back, your right foot kickstands out. You're on the pinky side of your left foot, right? You're going to tone everything in, come to your side body. Maybe you lift that leg. Squeeze and engage. Maybe the arm comes up, maybe not. Maybe you bend that knee and reach for your back foot. Big deep breath, everybody. Just feel it, just find it. Nice tone, chest open, front body nice and open. Good, and when you're ready, come out the way you came in and release it and let go. Good, maybe sit back, maybe shake it out, right? Curl out the little fingers, curl out your wrists. I know it's a lot on the wrists, so we always want to take that moment to one, catch our breath, two, shake out the wrists if they're chatty, right? All right, come on back. Table pose to downward facing dog. Nice deep breath, everybody, stretching it all out. Breathe. And then take your dog, take your down dog. Maybe your hands are right toward the edges of your mat, and even the wrists are turned out slightly, or the fingers are turned out slightly, so that you're almost clawing around the edges of your mat. And then take your feet wide on your mat. So you're in this really wide pose. And then gather up the beach ball. I think everybody there knows what I mean by that. If there's an imaginary beach ball between the elbows, grab hold of that beach ball and hold on to it. And then squeeze in through your belly and notice. Head is nice and deep, right? The head is nice and deep. The head is nice and long. You're not straining or stressing anywhere. You're just finding this really sweet dog. And then walk the hands back, just one hand print, just one. Your heels are probably going to come closer to the floor. I want you to re-squeeze the beach ball. Keep the hands and the feet wide. And breathe. Start feeling your upper back working. Walk your hands one hand print back. Squeeze the beach ball. Don't lock out the knees. Don't lock out the elbows, right? Keep everything a teeny bit soft. Good. One hand print back. Squeeze the beach ball. If you need to start bending your knees at this point, because hamstrings are tight, bend your knees as much as you need to. If your heels have to come off the floor, that's okay too. Good. One more hand print back. Squeeze the beach ball. Breathe. And then start to bend the knees as you walk your hands back more. You're in this nice deep knee bend. Your hands are to the floor. Your feet are to the floor. Your legs are wide. And then hands to knees. I want you to feel like somebody's pulling you up from your chest as you come all the way up to standing. Good. Breathe, everybody. And roll it out. Shake it out. I know this is a lot on the shoulders, right? The shoulders, then the neck area. So we're just mindful, right? We don't overdo it. We stretch them out each time, right? We bring it up and back. I remember a teacher, yoga teacher one time was doing some shoulder work, and she said, think of Madonna's The Vogue, right? That Vogue. And she said, like, brush your hand up past your face and then let it go. So bring it up, brush it past, and let it go. One more, and let it go. Switch to the other side. Just brush it back. Yes, brush it back. Strike a pose, right? One more, brush it back, and let it go, and see if that softened up the shoulders at all. All right, so we're gonna go slightly wider, maybe twice your normal hips width apart for mountain pose. Bend your knees here. Take both hands to your knees. I'm gonna turn sideways here so you can see what I'm doing. Here, I'll turn this way so Betty can see what I'm doing. Good, and just tuck in, right? Tuck in through the belly. Take just your right hand. I want you to reach it out in front of you. And then I want you to pretend you have that hand on a table and you're also pushing it down into the table. So it's this weird isometric energy here. Make sure your head is looking down toward the mat so that you're not lifting or cranking at the head or the upper shoulder muscles. Good. Take a deep breath and then stand up by lifting that arm up all the way up to the ceiling. Big deep breath. And then same thing, squat. Don't use your other hand until you're low, until you bring that hand back to the table. Good. Squeeze your belly, push up. So this is not just arm work, right? This is arm and leg work. And if you have that arm really energized, you're going to feel those muscles. Good. Bend, bring the hips back. You're back to the table. We got one more here. Push it up. Press it back. And then squat down as if you're lowering it back to the table. Release that arm. Take that hand, put it to your knee. Take the other arm out. Good. Imagine that you're pressing against the table. So the challenge here is to not overreach the shoulder, right? You want to keep the shoulder back at the same time it's extended out. All right, now push into the table, the imaginary table. Make sure you're not looking up. Look down at your mat, squeeze your belly. Fire up that arm. And then here we go, lift up. It's a slow movement. You're gonna stand up, maybe you squeeze your butt at the same time, right? And then you're gonna squat, 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 and lower. Don't let that arm go lower than your shoulder. Here we go. Push down, but then lift up. Reach, reach, reach. Take it to where you can. And then squat. And take the arm back to the table. Good. Last one here. Squeeze your belly. Here we go. Lift up. Slow movement. And back down. And release that arm and come up to standing and shake it out. Wowie, I know, right? Good. Everybody breathe. Come to the front of your mat. Inhale, reach up. Exhale down. Soften your knees, step back, right leg. Your hands can go to your blocks. You can be in a high lunge or a low lunge, okay? Your choice. If you're high, you know what to do. Squeeze it all into center and find your strength. If your knee is down, your knee is down. You're doing the same with your torso. All right, so your left hand goes to your knee. Your right arm goes out in front of you. You're pushing on that table, right? This is where we just were. Here we go. I want you to lift up. Take it up. Exhale, take it down. If you need the assistance, your hand is to your knee as you come down. If you don't, you're going to let that hand go down and back. Good. Lift up. Breathe. Nice, Betty. Exhale, down, slow, 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 slow. You can take your hand to the floor or to your block. Last one, lift up. Big time work for that front leg, right? Lift. Come halfway down, your hands back on the table. Breathe and lower. Woo. If you can, your hands are on your blocks. You're going to step back with your left leg. Step forward with your right. Once you're there, you know what to do. Nice squeeze of the legs. Make sure you're wide enough, right? You can go super wide in these standing poses and be really good there. So don't ever hesitate. All right, so start with your right hand to your right knee. You're going to take your left arm out. There it is, sitting on the table. Breathe. Squeeze your belly. Here we go, lift up. Your other hand either stays on the knee, helps with balance, or it releases. And as you're ready, slowly, slowly tap down. Good, squeeze it, take it up. Oh yeah. Exhale, belly in, squeeze it down. Last one, only 3 of these. Reach up. Exhale, take it down. Release your hands, hands to your blocks. Step back, downward facing dog. Make sure your blocks are stable. Squeeze the beach ball, tone your belly. And then very slowly walk your feet back up to your blocks. Bend your knees and come on up. And roll it out. It's a beautiful thing. All right, so balance pose may want to be near a wall, but really you're going to use your blocks. So you can bring your blocks with you to the wall, or you can stay on your mat. It's only going to be balance pose to a certain point for now. So you're going to start with your feet to the front of your mat. I might even take my blocks off the mat. It doesn't really matter, actually. So blocks are on your mat or not, you're going to step back enough that your ankles and your hips line up. You're not overreaching your hands, but they're about in front of you, in front of your shoulders. And then tone your belly. Just find your breath. So right here in this pose, it should feel pretty comfortable. Upper body feels pretty aligned. You're not looking up with your head. Make that back of the neck soft. Soften both knees. Start to peel your right foot, but don't take it off all the way yet. Engage your left hip. Like already, I'm going to start squeezing that left hip, left glute in towards center as I lift the right leg and take it straight back. And breathe. Big tone to the belly. If there's pain here, you take that foot back to the floor. Yep, keep the upper body lifted. Squeeze the imaginary beach ball. Find your breath. And then bend your right knee and take that foot to the floor, nice and slow. You notice, right? I know you do, that when you go slow, it changes everything. All right, so left side. I'm just going to peel the left heel off. I'm going to squeeze in through the right leg and through the belly. I'm going to take that left leg back. I'm going to reach it straight back. Doesn't have to be high. Breathe, feel the standing leg. And then bend the knee and bring it back to the floor. Good. And then just come on up to standing. Let's take some of that blood out of the head. Come back to alignment. If you have a wall nearby, you can always stand by the wall and chill. Just breathe a little bit. All right. So this time we're going to take those blocks up one level or take it up to high. Here is always my caveat about these blocks. When they're up high, they're tippier. So you got to be solid on that block, okay? If you don't feel solid on it, take it back down to second level. All right, inhale, reach up. Exhale, take your hands to your blocks. You're back in the same alignment. Squeeze in through your belly, shift into your right foot, squeeze in your right or your left foot, your left hip, peel your right foot off. One, you're here, right? Pretty much what we did before. We're actually just a little higher. Two, you're going to release your left hand and take it out in front of you as if it were sitting on that table. Big deep breath. I know, hang in there. Squeeze the legs toward each other, especially the inner thighs. Breathe, good. Take that same left hand to your side body and reach it back behind you. The palm is face up. Bring the shoulder with it. Find your breath. Release your left hand. Release your right leg. Shake it out. We're just going to go right to the other side. Let's not delay, right? I've never been a good procrastinator. It's like I want to get them out of the way, easy or hard. All right, here we go. Lean into your right, squeeze in through your belly. Start to peel your left leg. Choose your pose. Take the left leg out. If this is it today, stay right here, right? This is tough. This is good work. Squeeze the glutes. Only if you want, you're going to release the right hand and take it out in front of you, palm face down. And breathe. That's it. And if you're ready, you're going to squeeze that arm to your side. The palm goes face up. The shoulder lifts up with it. We're finding that pose. And release, everybody. Woo. Bend both knees. Come on up to standing. Oh, shake everything out. Just take your feet a little bit wider and kind of shake and wiggle through the hips. That's it. Just soften it. And then bring the shoulders in. Shake it all out. Shake it all out. Maybe take the arms out to your sides. Turn your palms face up. Curl fingers, curl wrists. Just hold. Right? A lot of yoga is with the wrists and the hands in the opposite direction. And so this is going to take some of that pressure off. Go ahead and do some Popeye arms. Squeeze them in. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then squeeze them back out. Woo. Let the wrist go. Shake it out. Another thing, by the way, you can always do with your wrists is wrap either a wristband, or a lot of classes they'll do bandanas, right? Not so tight, but just as an extra little support for your wrists. All right, so final one here. Again, back to your wall. Standing nice and tall. I'm going to get on the other side of Buddha so I don't knock them over. And maybe one finger is to your wall, maybe not. You're going to open up your shoulders. You're going to lean into your left leg. You're going to see if you can bring your right foot back and hold your foot. If you are not able to and you'd rather use your strap, feel free to do that, right? If you have a loop, you can take that foot in your loop or not and go this way, okay? But be careful. I would prefer you're closer to a wall if you're playing with the loop. This is a, it's a nice way to go, a nice little version if you want. Just make sure that loop is to the front of the foot, front of the ankle so that you can capture it. So your choice here. So whether you're using a strap or your hand, you're going to hold on to that leg. You're going to start to press the thigh back. Belly tones in, the shoulder rolls back. The opposite arm goes up toward the sky or up the wall. Now, what's going on with your standing leg? Let's squeeze it in, right? Let's make that work. Maybe the foot presses into the hand, moves away from your hip. Whoop. And maybe you come into more of a dancer pose, also a back bend, right? Big deep breath. You got it. And release and let go as I fall out of the pose. Oh, every day's different. That's what makes it so awesome. All right, so let's switch sides. You're on your right foot. You're maybe at a wall, maybe not. Go ahead and capture your left foot any way that makes sense for you. And then just pause, right? Feel that, right? We've been working a lot of legs as we're working upper body, so you can feel the front of the thighs maybe a little tight. Squeeze the legs towards each other, engage that standing leg, take the right arm up. Big deep breath. When and if you're ready, push the foot away from you as the torso tilts forward. That's it. Find your breath. And release it. Oh, and shake it out. Mamma mia. Good. All right. So we're going to come back to our mat. So come on down. You're going to need your blanket. You're going to need your blocks at one point, but that's not till later. So grab your blanket. And you're going to use your little blanket roll. And you're going to place that roll under your hips instead of where that was before, which was just under the chest line. All right, so come on down. Laying on that blanket, It's right at the crease where your hips and your legs meet, right at the pubic bone. You should be able to feel that pubic bone pretty strongly here. And then come on down so that your upper body is resting. You can put your forehead on your hands. I'm going to keep my chin there so that I don't get too muffled. Press your pubic bone into the blanket. Press your right leg down, lift your left leg. And breathe. The left leg is straight. Don't bend the knee. Just reach that leg as high as it will go for you while staying on your blanket. Breathe and release. Good. Press into your left leg, lift your right. Squeeze that leg up, everybody. Just notice. And release. Good. Left side again. Hold. Glute work. Also little back bend work, right? Release. Go to the other side. Right leg. Press down through the left side. And release. Good. Come on up to your elbows. Elbows are soft. Shoulders are nice and wide. Your hands are to the floor. The belly tones in. See if you can lift one leg. It's not going to go as far, right? Because we're working more of the back muscles, more of a back bend. And lower. Good. Lift the other side. There should be no pain in the low back here. If it is, you're lifting too high. And lower. Good. You're going to scoot down on your blanket so it's more in line with your low belly. I apologize for full bladders here because that might feel a little yucky. You're going to find those hip points, low belly hip points. You're going to lower back down, lift both legs. If you can, you're going to lift both arms back behind you and find the balance point on the blanket. If you can't find the balance point, you're probably a little too high or a little too low. Breathe. Open it up, little locust pose. Maybe the palms go face up, so shoulders go back. Don't lift the head. Don't overlift the head, I should say. And lower down. Woo, good. Want you to sit up enough to take that blanket out and come on down to your belly. And breathe. Back body work, so important. Really is. Just breathe for a second. Good. So both arms are going to go in front of you this time, but they're going to be soft, like softish, soft elbows, like a really weird, wide, I don't know, Sphinx pose in a sense, right? So from here, I'm keeping my head up so I can talk, but you can drop your forehead to the floor if you want. If it doesn't go there easily, then keep it lifted but soft. Press into your pubic bone, lift your left leg. You're looking down at your mat. I want you to lift your right arm and pretend it's sitting on that table. Your head is lined up comfortably. You can push into your left arm and your right leg so that you get that balance. Breathe. Take the right arm out to the side if you have room. Breathe. Take it back behind you, palm face up. And let everything go. So cross body work, right? We're going from one side to the other side, again, working with the back muscles. All right, so same thing, other side. You're gonna press down, gonna lift your right leg, gonna lift your left arm. Press down through the other two limbs, your right hand, your left leg, so that you got some balance there. Breathe. Arm out to the side if you have room. Arm back behind you. Palm face up if you got room. Breathe. Lower down and release. Just shake those hips out. Take the legs slightly wider than your normal. They can even be to the edges of your mat if that feels okay. Press down through your pubic bone. See if you can lift both legs. Your upper body can stay down. You should feel your glutes, hips working a lot here. Try not to bend the knees if you can help it. Try to keep those legs pretty straight. Good. Now choices. Both of your arms go forward. They're on the floor or they're lifted up. Breathe. That's it. Squeeze the legs, squeeze the arms. Take both arms out to the sides. I'm doing cactus arms, mostly because I have no room on one side. Breathe. Reach the arms back. Palms face up. Locust pose, right? Woo! Shoulders reach back. Palms reach up. Legs reach long. Find your breath and release. Woo, nice job. Bend your knees. Windshield wiper your legs. Back bending work, everybody. Good, 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 good stuff. Good stuff. Just tell yourself that. It's good stuff. Because it really is. All right, release your legs. Turn onto one side. We're almost done. Use your top arm or your bottom arm to create a nice little pillow. Your knees are bent. Breathe. First thing I want you to do is that top arm goes down to your hip. Reach it up. Take it over your ear. Reach it up. Take it back down. Relax your jaw. And again, reach up over your ear. And then up and down. Good. Last one. Hold that arm up and over your ear. Maybe it's resting on your other arm. Choices here. You're going to stay here or you're going to straighten both legs. And you've now turned this into a weird little balance pose. Breathe. You can take the top leg up. Keep the toes pointed. If you lift the top leg, keep those toes pointed to the side. Okay. Breathe and release. Good. Everybody else roll over to the other side. I'm just going to flip over to the other side. And when you're ready, that top arm, belly, little bit of tone to the belly as always, right? Take it up and over. We're doing this for 3 times. Good range of motion here. It's going to release some of that upper body work and down. And then reach up and over. And then up and down. Good. Last one here. Up, over. Let that arm rest over your ear. Optionally straighten both legs. Find that middle balance, right? Don't lean back, don't lean forward. Maybe lift. Woo, I'm wobbling. Lift that top leg. Press down through the bottom leg. Breathe. You got it. And release it. Roll onto your backs. Shoulders are to the floor, feet are wide. Let the knees go to the right, little twist. And then knees to center, they go over to your left. Again, little baby twist here. And the knees to center, your whole body centered on your mat. If you have your blanket nearby and you want to put it either under your knees or under your thighs, way up at the top of the thighs, go ahead and do that and find your Shavasana. Hmm. So in Shavasana, we start to soften down. Maybe the arms, instead of being at your sides, are out in cactus pose so that the shoulders are nice and wide. You start to notice the face softening, the jaw softening, the chest and the belly, the hips and the legs. Everything's starting to soften down. We start to feel the true balance in the body, both from the front of the body to the back, from the inside to the outside, all of those ways that we can think of balance in our lives, from the work that we do to the rest that we allow. Settle in even more. If this is a particularly juicy Shavasana, just stay. Stay there and enjoy it and love yourself enough to be in this pose a little bit longer. And if you are ready, if you're done, come on out, start to wiggle your toes, your fingers. Feel your breath. Draw the knees towards your chest. Start to rock side to side. And as you curl to fetal pose, curl in and hug yourself and love yourself. And give yourself credit for being in class today. We can use all we can get, right? And then those of you who are ready, come on up to your seated pose.